Hello, welcome to Active Life with Tammy. Today we are going to be working on building better balance. This is really a workout for all levels of people. So if you feel like you're someone whose balance is pretty good right now, it's always good to keep practicing it so that we don't lose it. If you're someone who's noticing you might be at that point in life where you're just starting to notice that your balance isn't what it used to be, this is a good time to practice and strengthen it before your balance declines any further. And if you find yourself in that category where you're at that point in life where you've already noticed a severe decline in your balance, we can always make improvements and get our balance stronger. So, unlike common opinion, which is that balance is something you naturally lose with age, balance is something we actually lose because we stop practicing it. So I've seen dancers, yoga instructors, Tai Chi instructors well into their 90s with perfect balance because they've never stopped practicing. Now, if you are someone who fell into those last two categories, your balance is just starting to decline or you've seen some serious decline, as you're doing today's practice, make sure you are close to something that can steady you. So you might want to do this next to a wall or next to a countertop, or get a nice sturdy chair and place that chair right next to you. Okay, so if you're ready, bare feet is best, but if you need to put shoes on for today's practice, just make sure you're wearing something comfortable. Grab a water bottle and let's get started. Okay, we are going to come with our feet about hip width apart. You're going to stand nice and tall, rolling your shoulders out wide. Lift your chin, relax your arms down by your side, and we're going to start with a nice big stretch, breathing up. And then exhale, relax the arms back down. Again, breathe in and breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, starting to work on our balance already. We're going to take a breath in, and as you do, you're going to lift your heels off of the ground. Okay, so if you are using a chair or the wall to steady yourself, okay, place that one arm out, and then you can just reach with the opposite arm, and then exhale and set your heels back down. Again, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, up on those toes, use your core, lift nice and tall, and exhale down. Breathe in. And just a little side note, if you are next to a wall or using a chair, next time you go through this practice, you might just want to switch sides, come over to the opposite wall or place a chair on the opposite side of you. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's do one more. Up on the toes, nice and tall. Hold it up, but don't hold your breath. So breathe in and out. Hold it 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set your heels down. And we're going to shift our focus, pulling your weight back into your heels. Okay, we're going to start just with hands at the hips. And you're going to come down just like you were sitting into an imaginary chair. And then lift up. Okay, moving with your breath. Breathe in, sitting back. And exhale, using your exhale to help lift you back up. Okay, you can keep hands at the hips, or you can add a little reach, reaching straight out, coming up a little bit higher, whatever you find comfortable, and exhale back to your heart. Breathe in, Breathe out. Breathe in, and then a little extra challenge on this one. Okay, so from our chair pose, we're going to do that little heel lift. Okay, come up on the toes, and again, you might have one hand on a chair or a wall as you do this. Set the heels down, and then lift back up. Again, we sink down, and then heels lift, heels lower, and back. Sink down, heels up, heels down, and back. One more. Sink down, heels up, heels down, and back. We're going to move into tree pose. We're going to start with a modified version of that. So our simplest form of this is to take all your weight into your right foot, and then you're going to bend the left knee, leaving your toes touching the floor. You can leave that knee facing straight ahead, or you can rotate that leg out to the side and then allow your heel to rest against the bottom of your other leg. And then we're going to set that foot down. Okay, same thing on the other side. Okay, leave the toes touching, bend the knee, or rotate out. Let that heel rest against your opposite leg. And then back to Tadasana. If you want to try a little more challenge, you can rest that foot on the lower leg. Switch sides. Ground into that one foot. Find your balance first. And then hold just for a bit. Back down. Okay, and if you really want to go for some extra challenge, you're going to grab hold of that foot. Place it along the thigh. Okay, avoid pressing against your knee. And then set that foot down. Same on the other side. Okay, resting against the thigh. And then set that foot down. All right, so we started to feel core work, and we might think of balance just as those individual poses, but balance is more about transitioning from one movement to the next and being able to maintain our balance. So very rarely do falls happen when we're just holding steady on one foot. Falls usually happen when we're transitioning from one move to the next. So for our practice today, we're going to try that flow from one movement to the next, seeing if we can maintain our balance smoothly through those transitions. Okay, so both feet on your mat, and we're going to lift up where we started, up on the toes. Exhale down, and we're going to come right back to our chair pose. We lift the heels, set them down, and when we come up, we're going to come right into our tree pose. And back where we started. All right, let's do that again. Lift the toes, exhale down, sink back, heels up, heels down, and as we come up, we're going right into our tree. Looking good. Breathe in, breathe out. Chair, heels up, heels down, and as we come up, right into our tree pose. If you want to take that more challenging, we can lift the foot off the floor. Always remember, you don't have to do the most challenging choice. You do the choice that challenges you. Tree, heels up, heels down, lifting right into our tree pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Chair. Lift the heels and lower, and as we come up, let's see if we can come right into our tree and set the foot down. Inhale, exhale. Chair. Heels up, heels down, right into tree pose. And back. Looking good. Now we're in the groove. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, exhale. Heels up, heels down, lifting right into tree. And last one, other side. Oh, heels up, heels down, and lift, and balance, and set the foot down. Perfect. All right, moving into our next sequence. You're going to need a little bit of room in front of you on your mat. And we're going to start off similar to that tree pose, but we're going to take that away from the body a little bit. So we're going to start off, again, ground into your right foot. And we're going to touch the toes out in front of us with knee bent. And then we're going to move that out to the side, back in, step the feet together. Okay, other side. With the knee bent, we tap out to the side, tap to the front, and together. Okay, nice and light on that leg that's moving. All the weight should be in your right foot right now. We tap out to the sides, in, together. Other side. Tap in front, tap out wide, tap in front, together. If you're ready for more challenge with that, we're going to take that to a full knee lift. So knee comes up, we rotate out, we rotate in, and then set your foot down. Okay. Ground into your left foot, right knee's going to lift, we rotate out, we rotate in, set your foot down. Okay, let's practice that one more time on each side. Okay, find your balance, knee lifts, we rotate out, we rotate in, set your foot down. Other side. We lift, rotate out, rotate in, and set your foot down. Okay, next move is a lunge. So we're going to start, ground into your right foot, step back with your left foot. Okay, do a nice little lunge position here. And then we're going to step the feet back together. Okay, other side. Step back, touching the toes down, and step back together. Okay. Nice big step back, step together, Okay, and this step back is just enough to challenge you. So you might be taking just a little step back, little mini lunge, or you might be taking a much bigger step back, nice wider lunge, step together. All right, last move in this sequence is a little crossover. So we're going to take the left foot, we're just going to cross one foot in front of the other. And as we do that, we're going to cross our arms. Make sure left arm is on top, right arm is on the bottom, and uncross. Other side, cross over, toes lightly touching on this side, and now you're going to cross your arms, right arm on top, just like you were giving yourself a hug. And release it. Okay, we cross over, give yourself a hug, and other side. Opposite arm on top, cross over, give yourself a hug. Right, our level 2 for this is when we cross over, we're going to let those toes just hover over the floor, really holding our balance here. And as we cross the arms, we're going to bring the backs of the hands together. Same on the other side. Cross over, try to let those toes just hover over the ground. Cross your right arm on top and bring the backs of your hands together. Okay, and you want to take this to a more challenging level. We're going to bring that foot just a little bit higher off the ground. And we're going to cross the arms, bringing the palms together. And other side. Cross over. Cross right arm on top. And bringing the palms of the hands together. Lovely. All right, we're going to take all of that and we're going to blend it all together. Again, thinking about that idea of remaining stable, going from one move fluidly into the next. Okay, so let's start off very gently. Okay, we're going to start off with your weight in your right foot, and we're going to touch the toes in front of us. Touch out to the sides. Touch in front. And then we're going to step back and lunge. And then we're going to step forward, cross over your other foot, and give yourself a hug. Okay, take a second to ground yourself. And we're going to do that same sequence on the other side. We tap to the front, tap to the side, tap to the front, step back, and as we step forward, we cross over our other foot and give yourself a hug. Uncross, ground in the middle. You can keep going through that sequence right there. If you want to bring a little extra challenge, we lift the knee, rotate out, rotate in. Step back for our lunge. Lift off on that back foot. Cross over the other leg. And bring the backs of your hands together. And then back to center. Find your balance in your left foot. Lift your right knee. rotate out, rotate in, lunge back, and then stepping in, cross over the other leg, backs of the hands together, and grounding in the center. Okay, if you want to make it even more challenging, we will. But again, you can stop with either of those first two choices. Just keep going through the routine like that. Okay, grounding into the foot. Lift, rotate out, rotate in. A nice big step back. We lunge. Lift off of your back foot, stepping in, cross over, and then cross. Left arm on top. Bring the palms together. Uncross, ground yourself. Okay, other side. Find your balance. Lift, rotate out, rotate in. Big step back. Nice deep lunge. Stepping back in, cross over, right arm on top, backs of the hands together. Ground yourself. One more time each side. Okay, find your balance, lift, rotate out, rotate in. Stepping right back to lunge. Lift off on the back foot. Bring that leg forward. Cross the arms, palms together. Grounding in the middle. Other side. Knee lift. Rotate out. Rotate in. Step back and lunge. Step forward and cross. And uncross. Grounding yourself. Perfect. All right, we're going to go move into our next sequence. A little simpler this time. So we're going to go back to those knee lifts. And this time you're going to scoop under your knee. And again, if we've got a chair or a wall, just scoop under with one hand and use the other hand to grab that wall, grab onto that chair. Okay, from this position, we're going to extend that leg out as far as we comfortably can. Bend the knee and set it back down. Okay, same on the other side. Scoop under your knee, extend out, bend the knee, set it down. Okay, and you're just going to stick with that if that's comfortable for you. Otherwise, we're going to take this to a little big toe lift, maybe adding a little reach. And same on the other side. Lift the knee, ground into that foot, reaching in, extend the leg, maybe a nice big lift here, set it down. So one more time on each side, grounding into your foot, reaching in, extending, and then other side. Scoop under your knee, Reach in, extend, hold it, and then set your foot back down. Lovely. Okay, we're going to move into a little lunge position again. So you're going to take your left foot, take a nice good step back, and we want to keep that back heel lifted to just make this a little more challenging. Okay, find a good comfortable distance between your feet for you. And we're going to take a nice big extension up, broaden the shoulders, and then we're going to lower hands to the hips, and we're going to bring a little rotation into this move. You're going to free one hand, and you're going to reach across your body like you're reaching toward the corner of the room. Back to the center, and then do the same thing on the other side, like you're reaching to the opposite corner. If we're doing good with that, we're going to add a little more rotation. If that was enough, just keep reaching corner to corner. We're going to go reach to the side, reach to the side, and then step the feet back together. Okay, let's take that to the opposite side. Set it up. Take a good step back, and that's comfortable for you. And we're going to take a nice big stretch, broadening the shoulders. And then lower hands to hips and reach over to one corner, over to the opposite corner, and then to one side and to the opposite side. Hands to the hips, step the feet together. Okay, we're going to do that one more time on each side. A nice big step back. We're going to keep that back heel lifted if we can. Stretching up. Breathe in and breathe out. Hands at the hips. And then reach corner to corner. Take your time with it. And then side to side. And then push off on that back foot. Step the feet together. Okay, one more time. Step back. Find a nice comfortable distance between the feet. Okay, front, make sure knees over ankle. And breathe in. Stretching up. Exhale. Hands to the hips. And then we go corner to corner. And then side to side. And then when you're ready, push off on your back foot. Step the feet together. All right, we are going to move into our last sequence. I am going to turn my mat so that you can see me a little better on the camera this way. Go ahead and grab a little sip of water as I'm doing that if you need to. And you're going to come to the top of your mat. Take a breath in, nice big stretch up. And when you exhale, you're going to bring a little bend into the knees. Fold all the way down, placing your hands on your mat. And then you're going to step one foot back, step the other foot back. Okay, by the way, if you are doing this with a chair and you don't want to get down onto the floor, you're going to be using the chair to hold you up just like this. This is the position you're going to be in right now. All right, from here, we're going to take a breath in, lift the right leg. This is the same if you're against the chair or the wall. And you're going to take that foot, take a step forward. If you're using a chair or a wall, then your foot came very close to the chair or the wall. Okay, you're going to drop your back heel, and we're going to cartwheel the arms up, coming to warrior two. Okay, from this, we're going to twist from this side right over to the opposite side. Palms are going to come together, and we're going to twist, coming over the opposite knee. And then back to the center. Step your feet together. All right, let's do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold. Step back to downward dog. This time, lift your left leg. And then step that left leg forward. Plant your back heel. And we're going to cartwheel the arms up to our warrior two. And we're going to come all the way over. Palms of the hands together. And rotation opposite way. Rotate back. And step the feet together. Okay, we're going to do this again. This time I'm going to demo it against the fence so you can see what this looks like if you're using a wall. If you don't need the wall, just go through it the way we just did. Breathe in, breathe out. Step back to your downward dog. And then lift your right leg. And then step your right foot forward. And come into your warrior two. And then rotate. Back to the center. Step the feet together. Okay, again, breathe in, breathe out. Step back to downward dog. Lift the left leg. Step your left foot forward. Come right into warrior two. And then rotate the opposite way. Back to the center. And step your feet together. All right, we'll do it one more time each way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step back to downward dog. Lift the right leg. Step that leg forward. Plant your back heel. Cartwheel the arms up. And then rotate opposite direction. Back to neutral. Step the feet in. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Step back to downward dog. Lift the left leg. Step it through. Plant your back heel. Warrior two. rotate, back to neutral, step the feet together. Breathe in, breathe out. Back to downward dog. And then we're slowly going to lower down to our mat. If you're using a chair and you don't want to come down onto your mat today, just have a seat in your chair instead of coming down to the mat. Bring the big toes together, fold forward, relax. And if you're sitting in your chair right now, you're just going to sit very comfortably, relaxing your arms down by your sides, relaxing your hips down into the chair. And when you're ready, go ahead and sit up, swing your legs around. If you're in a chair, just stay right where you are. We're going to roll onto our backs. And we're going to do a reclining number 4 stretch. So it's a lot of work in the hips to work on balance. So hips might be a little tired from all the work that they did today. So you're going to grab hold of your right foot. And draw your left knee in behind. You can do the same stretch seated in your chair, crossing that right foot either over your left ankle or over your left knee. And relax, go ahead and switch sides. Crossing the left foot. If you're seated, crossing it at your ankle or your knee, whatever's comfortable. Relax the stretch. Slide one leg away and then the other. Relax your arms at your side. If you're seated in your chair, you're going to relax your arms at your side. Leave both feet planted on the floor. And you might start with some little ankle circles, just taking the strain out of the feet and the ankles. Okay, if you're seated in a chair, just extend one leg at a time. Circle the ankle on that side. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch. And then feeling your body relax. melting back into either your chair or your mat. Softening your breath. Feeling a sense of wonder, a sense of accomplishment, thanking your body for all that you are able to do. If you want to take some extra time today to just lay back onto your mat or just feeling comfortable in your chair, you can just pause the video here, take as much time as you need to ground yourself, relax, with a feeling of thankfulness and gratitude. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope to see you again very soon. Namaste.